Welcome to layout 1 of Lovely. Last week we talked about how to cut out your paper, and we put everything we needed for each layout in a plastic bag. It could be in a folder or paper bag, it doesn't matter. But now we have everything we need cut out, and today we are going to adhere them. And you have in your directions a chart and a finished photo of where everything belongs. Now you can adapt this. If you don't like one side of the paper, remember that our paper is two-sided, so you can just turn it over if you don't like it or you want to change it. And we also discussed titles last week, and we have wooden titles or we have made some paper titles, and you'll be deciding for yourself what kind of title you want to use. I need one more thing. We're going to use some stickers today, and I like to use a little silicone powder when I'm putting on a sticker that I want raised. And the stickers are going over the photos, and I would want them raised and not stuck onto the photo. So I will be using some foam pop-up dots from Close to My Heart, and before I use the sticker I will put some silicone on the back so it doesn't stick flat onto the photo, but we'll get there. Right now we're going to just put together our first page and show you how it goes together. Before I start that, after I made my title, I realized it needed a backing, and I did not make a Cricut backing, so I'm just going to cut around my title. And we experimented last week using different layers of paper. And my puppy love, I have one of my families, my children's family has had 7 puppies recently, and so we just have a few puppy pictures before they sell their puppies. And I thought a puppy love page would be fun with this very homey paper, which goes with both boys and girls. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my title up there for now. That's done. Okay, so we're going to start with this side. Remember, we have it all cut out already, so just going to lay it out where it's going to go. And this is such an easy one. I'm using the White Daisy cardstock for the backing, and the only thing I have to start with are these 6-inch squares, and we'll just adhere them to the corners, and it lines up exactly in the corner. There's one. Here's my other. Here you can see the two-tone of the fabric, the two-tone of the paper. Now, if you do not have photos yet, you can use some photo placement or white cardstock, White Daisy cardstock. This one I'm just going to eyeball, but I want it to have an equal pattern on each side. And I'm using the light side of the paper showing. I'm just using a tape runner. You can use double-sided tape. You can use even glue, but be careful you don't put too much if you use glue, so that it doesn't. You don't want it to buckle the paper. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We have a stripe in the corner, the other side of the stripe over here, and you can see it's the same exact layout as the first page. It's probably one of the easiest layouts you'll ever make. I'll do my big piece, my 6x6 pieces first. going to try to teach you a technique. Today I'm just going to show you how to make bows, which are very easy. You can get a metal die cut, or you can cut bows on Cricut, or you can cut them by hand. When you cut them on Cricut, or when you cut it with a die cut, you get a nice embossed feel. Okay. Yeah, I'll put the patterns right on top of each other. Get a nice embossed feel. Okay, this one has a bow. And it goes right there. And the photo goes here. I have not put anything in the middle of my bow. I did use the other color wraparound, so it showed. Move our directions up here. Make sure this is in the focus. But you can use a, let's see, let me pull this over for you with my bows. You can use paper bows, you can use wooden bows, you can use dots. I'm not sure where my, let's see here, wooden hearts. We have wooden hearts. And you can even use some little pearls that match this beautiful blue color. That might look pretty. They used a heart on theirs. Little teeny heart. I think I like a little paper heart. So I'm going to put a double-sided foam tape top of my heart. That one flew away. There's adhesive on both sides of this. And sometimes they fly. If I pop it, that heart should pop right out. Again, you can Cricut cut hearts, or you can hand cut hearts, or you can use pre-made hearts, the wooden hearts. Did an experiment last week using distressed oxide ink and coloring the wood titles. There we go. And exposed it. And I think I want a blue one. I just realized I'm playing here with a pink heart and we're using a blue today. So let's try this again. How about, since we're using yellow, let's use a yellow heart. Now this heart is smaller, so I'm going to snip one of these in half so it won't show. Still want it puffy a little. Keep the other half for later. If you use a micro point tip, sometimes you can get that little plastic or paper covering off your adhesive. There we go. So I'm just going to put a little teeny heart there. That looks good. Now we'll talk about hearts in person at our class tomorrow. And what I did was I made a few white daisy ones just to show you the steps. So you'll have two different pieces for your bow, and you sort of train it either with your finger or a dowel, and before you glue it to the center you're going to train it. And I used liquid glue. I actually found this tacky glue with a nice container that says it's always ready. A little bit too much glue, I used a lot today. But it keeps it, you store it upside down, and so it's always ready to go. And that's a nice reasonable glue that you can get on Amazon if you don't have other glue. So after you glue one down and hold it, you pull the other side, and then you adhere it to the back. Once it's to the back, this little tab goes right around and wraps around. So these white ones are just to teach you with, and I'll show you that in person tomorrow. We are going to use a blue one for this layout. I'm not going to adhere it yet. Well, let me see. I want to make sure it goes on the picture okay. We're going to be using Amelia down here. I'm going to use this sweet little puppy up here. So I'm not placing the card on yet, the photo on, but I think what I'll do is I'll just put adhesive on the top part. So I can slide my picture right under that. There we go. I'm going to put the pictures on after. What else is on here? They have a design over the photo here. Now, I have chosen to use a flip flap here, so I'm going to wait on that design, but we'll use that same exact design. You can see it's a cutout sticker. I will use it on the next page. So we'll lay this aside and go to this page. Now these you can use little, you can use liquid glue, you can use little teeny glue dots, you can use a number of things. But this is going to have a house, a heart, they put some pearls on it, they sort of make a cluster here. And I'll be playing with the cluster in a minute, but I'm going to take this away because I'm going to use Puppy Love. I do want to add this cross. See what size. Still use this size. So I'm going to go from the yellow to the pink. And before I even take it off, I'm going to slant the pink a little. So it still looks like a heart. And when I take it off, I take this little silicone and I just touch the back. Wow, that came out a lot. And this makes the sticker not a sticker. Okay. Now the sticker is not sticky, so I can slide a photo in that. And I'm going to continue using those little puppies. I already have a messy desk. How does my desk get so messy so quickly? Sticky at the end, both ends. There we go. Take off the other side of the sticky. If I had a photo here, I want it to go right over the photo. This isn't the photo that's going there, but it'll help me place it correctly. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's see. For here, part of my cluster, I am going to use, like I did, a sticker, and that's going to be flat. And if you don't want it flat, you can just raise it up a little. But I made a doggy to go with our Puppy Love. And again, I'm going to put him on flat. And Puppy Love is going to go right there. Puppy Love just is already hiding again. So now I have a design on here, part of my cluster. Here it says happy. I'm going to do handwriting there. And I'm gonna just move on into the photos, I think. So we'll start on this page. And I am going to be doing, there's quite a few puppy photos. And because I'm using extra photos, I am going to be using flip-flops. I do not put my favorite photo on the bottom. I actually put my least favorite photo on the bottom. So you'll see that as I place my pictures. Okay. I want Miss Amelia here. This has got to have a little journaling. Because when the puppies were born, they were, of course, blind, and they just sort of whimpered a little and hardly made any noise. But now Miss Amelia likes to put on her earphones, and she said, the puppies are too loud. So we'll put a picture of Mama Lola in a flowered hat for our start picture. This is a picture of a picture. There's the mama. This is where I want to put a flip-flop. Maybe I do want my main picture up here. Okay, I have a nursing picture here I'd like, and that's my least favorite picture. And because the flip-flop's going to be in the plastic after, I want my least favorite picture to be here. This is my favorite picture with the mama's head. So what's going to happen is we're going to be able to flip that down when we put it on the plastic protector, and you'll see all the pictures as you view the photo page. But this is a better picture than this one. The other thing you can put here is you can put journaling. And so on my other page, I'm also going to have a flip-flop, and I'll be adding some journaling. So my daughter's a photographer, and she was taking these photos, and this is just the back of her camera. Okay, so there's my page one. Might be augmented a little by tomorrow, but that's a good start. Here's my puppy love. So this is my most favorite picture. We'll slide it under that sticker we did. And here they have decorative flowers. I think there's 3 boys and 4 girls, but since I have 2 granddaughters and 2 grandsons in this family, the girls tend to decorate the dogs. Okay, now this one is actually going to be picture free because this is where I'm going to journal. Let's see. Let's put a journal block there. I'll hide underneath. If I measure that, it is a little over 3 1/4 there. So it has a light side and a dark side, and since I want to journal, I'm going to have the light side show. And this will be a great place for some journaling. I might stamp some lines, I'm not sure yet. Make sure it's centered. And since we had a yellow on the other page, let's add a little heart sticker. And this photo will be on the plastic page that covers it. So the only thing I left to do is to adhere my title. Now you might say Forever Family, and since this is a dog family, it's going to be changing all the time. So I'm just going to put Puppy Love at a little slant there. There we go. So there's my 2 pages and our layout 1. And each week we'll be making a new layout. I might not always have photos ready. And if you don't, I would recommend that you put a white placeholder or a white piece of white daisy in there. And on all of these layouts, there is no special place for journaling. So you can add it inside, you can add it under, you can add it around a picture. But you do want to make sure you journal and have the date of when your photos were taken. So I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be making bows and we will be learning how to adhere the pieces you cut out last week onto your layouts. Have a good day. God bless.